They'll run the offense through the post. Great dynamic if you can make it work, that is.
Yeah, it's not bad if you still have an old school back to the basket guy that can score on the block. But what I love now, it's not a lot of standing. Back when I played, you still see teams cutting, setting screens, and a lot of backdoor cuts where guys get some easy layups when you play out the post right now. Just a lot more movement.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for San Antonio, DeRozan and Aldridge, the talented forward duo. White is out there with Murray, and it's Pirtle in at the 5, roaming the paint. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. Rebound by Murray. To the left side wing. Aldridge down low. Covered by Morris.
It doesn't take much for Pirtle to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop.
Murray against Westbrook. To the inside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul. They get a hand on it. Adams in the high post. Lets it go from deep. The kick out to Westbrook. A second chance effort.
Gotta love the way Pirtle defended that shot. Closing out on shooters and making them think twice.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Pass to Aldridge. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Too aggressive to start this game. That's already a couple fouls already in the first.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. DeRozan finds Aldridge. And Adams sends it back. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals here.
Obviously, the Spurs went through a number of lineups last season. Younger guys filling major roles. Big shift for this organization.
And despite the changeover, the Spurs still managed to take care of the basketball.
4th in the league in fewest turnovers from a young group. Popovich demands efficiency.
Good on the second free throw. Murray with it. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Nice interior passing. And then the strong finish.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Westbrook against Murray. Westbrook, no good. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Murray, the pass to DeRozan. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Grant. Here's Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in, and San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
A 5-star recruit out of high school, Aldridge reportedly asked Shaq for advice about jumping to the NBA. Shaq told him to go to college. A couple years later, Aldridge is drafted the #2 pick overall.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Pass to Pirtle. 46 seconds left to play here in the first. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. The Thunder shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Schroeder against Murray, and stolen by Noel. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 10 points.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Shot clock at 5. For the 3. No good on that one.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2004.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
Robertson and George fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Adams, and it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Now here's Murray, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Here's Pirtle. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And 12 points for Jakob Pirtle.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Thunder trailing by 7. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Noel's checked in for Morris. The Spurs also changing it up. Bertanis, he's checked in for Jakob Pirtle. Bellinelli comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Now here's Mills. To the left side wing. Good on the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's George. And Noel kicks to George. Shoots over DeRozan. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Paul George. Steve, we're seeing a lot of big contracts that include a no-trade clause. Just how much peace of mind does that give a player to know that clause is in that contract?
Kevin, I'm so jealous. I wish I had a no-trade clause on a lot of my teams. Some of those teams I got traded from, I didn't want to go, and I think it does, like you said, give these players a peace of mind to understand they are in control of their destiny. And then you can see sometimes it gets a little ugly when the organization wants to trade those players, but they can't.
Well, it basically handcuffs an organization. They can't make the moves like the Knicks with Carmelo Anthony. They were tied up a lot of the times because he would say, no, I don't want to go to that particular team.
Yeah, and the Knicks, they only can fault themselves. They gave him the no-trade clause.
Right. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Noel.
They've been doing a lot of things right in this game, but something they have to improve on is their ball security.
This is why you like to get him touches. He makes things happen.
Mills looking it over. The trade, and again it's San Antonio with a 3.
And this is where Mills kills you. Tremendous range.
Here's George, and that one goes long.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
And one item that DeRozan never seems to get enough credit for is his passing, Greg. He is a terrific playmaker.
Ever since DeRozan became a perennial all-star, his passing has improved. I mean, keeps his head up even while attacking with the ball. Great awareness for where his teammates are in terms of relation to his attack after a double team.
Morris is checked in for Nerlens Noel. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The 9th pick in 2009, DeRozan was part of a great draft class. Griffin, Harden, and Curry all included.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
But you also want a decent shot if you can get it. That takes priority.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Adams, shoots over DeRozan. Adams finds Morris. Bangs home the trifecta. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Passes it to Aldridge. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. So here's Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. Shoots a fader. The shot off that time.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
And that does it for the first half of play. It's the Spurs. They're up by 9. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Greg Pop.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jakob Poeltl. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. He had a very shaky performance in their last game, but it has not affected him at all tonight. What a tremendous first half he played. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on... Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. A fantastic game from Jakob Poeltl in this one.
Well, we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
On the floor for San Antonio. Mills at point with Bellinelli. Go to the backcourt. Then there's Poeltl. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Bertanissen at the power forward.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Here's George. The offensive rebound. Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Morris has got the first field goal of the second half for the Thunder.
That's the shot they were looking for. After 3 straight misses coming out of the break, let's see if that sparks a rally.
The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
Here's Westbrook. And the layup's good off the glass. Westbrook's got his second bucket.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Davis Bertans. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Rudy Gay. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs? That's the real question.
The Spurs have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
It's interesting. Aldridge used to shoot more free throws. That's when he used to bang inside. Now he's shooting a lot from the outside, so that trend will likely continue.
Steve, when we talk about signature shots in the NBA, what about Aldridge's fadeaway jumper?
Usually starts with him backing down the defender. He turns, faces up, transfers weight from all the way forward to all the way back. Add in the high release point, virtually unblockable.
The NBA always evolving, Steve. What do you like to see in a big man coming through the ranks these days with the kind of game we've got in front of us?
Well, I think right now, a lot of these big guys, they have to be versatile, especially on the defensive end. We talk so much about the big shooting threes, but I think big guys right now got to be able to switch on pick and rolls, being able to guard the smaller guys, and I think also you still have to have that toughness. But I would love, Kevin, to see somebody come in and just dominate on the low block, and our entire game changes because this guy can win a championship being a low post player.
But you really think that's going to happen?
No, not at all.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's foul number 2 for him. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Here's Westbrook outside for George. Schroeder outside. Westbrook dishes to George. 1:49 left in the third. That one doesn't drop. San Antonio leading by 3. Outside Aldridge. Back to DeRozan. A baseline J. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. Adams in the high post. outside for George. And it's all evened up. George has got 8 points.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
This team, they trust each other. Even down big, they have the ability to come back, and they have so far.
They get it back. Bertle, the pass to Aldridge. From deep, George, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
San Antonio calls timeout, and the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Grant comes in for Markieff Morris. Burton's checked in for George. And Ferguson subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Bertanis, he's checked in for San Antonio. Gay comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Murray kicks to Bertans. Back to Murray. Just 4 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. Westbrook with the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Murray against Westbrook. They need this one. Count it, and the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
For San Antonio, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. On the free throw, no good. That one goes. Count it. Westbrook's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City out in front as they end the third quarter with a tremendous set. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. Grant is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Noel in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Westbrook. Oklahoma City gets it back from the arc. Connects from 3-point range. Westbrook's got 12 points in just the second half.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead, and now they're shooting it much better here in the second.
To the middle, it's stolen. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And it's a 10-point Oklahoma City lead. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Patterson, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. That's Felton in for Grant. San Antonio also making some changes. Aldridge comes in for Jakob Bertel. And it's Mills in for Murray. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Now here's Westbrook, covered by Mills. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 11 points for Markieff Morris.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
The Thunder leading by 11. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Westbrook drives in, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Smitty, looking back in your career, what's the most pressure you've felt in a game?
You know, I think the most pressure, you love to be in those games. I think that's when you strive. I think the most pressure I ever felt, and it wasn't a playoff game, Kevin, or a championship game. It was that very first game as a rookie, because that game you had nothing to compare to, and it was everything you dreamed about. And that first game, you were finally saying, for me, I couldn't get it out of my head, this is my first NBA game. So I think that was the most pressure game I've ever played in.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in, and DeRozan kicks to Bertans. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
DeMar's a magnet for defensive attention. You see the overreaction leading to a wide open man.
Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there, and that one is good. And the Thunder lead by 12.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
Banked in off the glass. Schroeder's got the lead up to 14 now for the Thunder.
Not one to back down inside. Schroeder likes to get right into the teeth of the defense.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Thunder.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Russell Westbrook.
You know, the story of this game was his offensive production. It didn't matter what the defense threw at him. He just found ways to counter and led his team.
And here's Schroeder. And so they foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
The first one falls.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
Schroeder hits them both. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And that one misses. Now the Thunder with it from deep. Westbrook, no good. Gay finds DeRozan. Back to Gay. Again, the miss by the Spurs. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a...
All right, David, thank you. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time